Hello, my name is Marcus Grigo. Welcome to Sweet Kitchen Skills. Hello. Oh, that was embarrassing. So today we're going to make macaron, big macaron cake, big like this size. We will make it in very masculine pink color. We will put some white chocolate cream with basil and lemon inside and some fresh berries. It's gonna be a very nice cake. Of course, it's not the easiest cake. There's some things you have to follow, but I would like to share it anyway, and I hope you will give it a try. Yeah, let's start.
It's this beauty we're going to make, and I don't mean the cat in the background.
Macaron, white chocolate cream, basil, fresh berries.
The full recipe should be right under the video. If it's the wrong language, just use Google Translate. Maybe a little bit too much in that bowl.
So for the white chocolate cream, white chocolate of course, cream, put it on the stove, heat. You have the gelatin bloomed in cold water. You need some fresh lemons, you need some fresh basil.
Remove the leaves from the stem and boil the stem.
Now I will chop the basil fine, just a little bit. Well, that's what I like. You can actually take the basil, put it inside the cream, give it a good blend, and then the cream will get green. It's up to you. I would like to have fresh basil pieces inside my cream. That looks very nice. And instead of basil, you can use tarragon. Fresh tarragon is very nice together with white chocolate, lime or lemon fruit. That is amazing together with fresh berries. You should try one day.
How much basil is really a question of taste. A lot. Turn off the heat and add the gelatin. Let it melt. Whisk.
So now my cream is just boiled. Put the gelatin inside. I will just put it on top of the white chocolate. I will sieve it so I will get all the basil out of there.
So it's important that the cream is really hot. If it's getting too cold, you will not be able to melt all the chocolate. And you will easily split the mousse afterwards.
So the hot cream is on my chocolate. I will let it be there for 30 seconds if it's very hot. And then you just start whisking. So the chocolate will melt, and then you have your basic cream. Then you need to whisk some whipped cream. Remember, it needs to be very cold, otherwise you will have a problem with cream. Very cold cream, like 5 degrees. Your mixing bowl needs to be cold, your whisk needs to be cold, everything needs to be cold. Just whisk until it has a nice texture, and then we put it together. Yeah, and now while forgot to tell you now why the cream is melting the chocolate. Of course, I need to put my fresh basil inside there. I still want to give it a little bit of heat, of course. I want to put it in there when it's cold, so I'll put it in there now.
So I like my white chocolate cream with a lot of lemon taste, so I put a lot of lemon juice in there. So the acid in the lemon juice thickens up your cream, makes it nice and silky. Yeah, you're ready to go. You just need to cool it a little bit and then you can put in the whipped cream. Remember to taste. Sorry, I used my finger.
So now my cream tastes nice of lemon and a little bit of basil, and the basil flavor will, evolve. It will become more and more in time, but it's warm here. So don't put too much. Now we'll whisk the cream. Don't whisk it too much because you would like to have this nice silky texture. You will want to put this cream inside the cream, the warm cream, while it's still warm. That means 35 to 40 degrees. Don't put it if it's too cold. It will split for you. If the cream, there's this chocolate cream gets too cold, just put it on a bain-marie, on a water bath. Heat it again, whisk it. There's no problem. You can heat it up again. So shouldn't be too cold. Very important. It will split.
So whisk your cream. It still needs to be a little bit liquid, then it's perfect to use. Like that. So the temperature is between 35 and 40 degrees. Perfect. So when you add the first part of cream, the lemon cream will get a little bit colder. It's still very thin. When you add the next part, it will thicken up a little bit. And if the lemon cream at this part is too cold, I'm pretty sure your whole cream will split. So be careful.
So if you want to get a little bit of air inside the mousse, the white chocolate mousse cream, whatever you call it, put the last third in there and use a spatula and just very slowly incorporate it. That's what I'm doing now. I don't whisk.
So just mix until the cream is incorporated nicely. Don't mix too much or it will split. So that is the texture we want. Nice and shiny and still a little bit runny. Perfect.
So when you work with white chocolate and cream and you make a mousse, it will split very fast. Also dark chocolate or whatever. If you work with chocolate and cream, the most important thing is don't overmix. So when you put the last cream inside your mousse, and the cream, as I showed you, it's very soft. It's runny. Don't overmix it. When you put it inside, mix it. And as soon as it mixed in, don't mix anymore. Just stop there. Please stop. It will split. Yeah, it will split. So I will put the mousse inside a bowl, put it in the fridge or the freezer, and it will set. If you need it fast, put it in the freezer, and then it will set in half an hour, something. In the fridge, it will take, I think, 1 to 2 hours, I think, and then you can use it.
So fill it in a container, freeze it, cool it in the fridge, whatever suits you.
So while I'm working, my neighbor is enjoying the sun. What an asshole. That wasn't very nice, so he's my neighbor.
So put water and sugar in the pot. Make sure no sugar hits the side of the pot. Stir and start boiling very slow. So you start making the almond paste. So put the egg whites. So the egg whites is a good idea to leave them on the table overnight. It loosens them a little bit up. Very good idea. At room temperature, very important. And then just start mixing. Make a paste that will remove any lumps if there are any, and it's quite thick. It's supposed to be like that. So when the caramel is boiled and 180 degrees, you will pour it inside the egg whites. The egg whites are whipped a little bit foamy before. Just make sure not to hit the side of the bowl with the caramel. Work at a medium speed, and when all the caramel is inside, speed up at fast speed. So that's it. Nice consistency, nice and shiny. Now add some food color. Mine is a powdered food color from Pavoni. And just mix very shortly until you have the color you want. So put 1/3 of the meringue together with the almond paste. Try to mix it together. It's a little bit difficult in the beginning because the paste is quite viscous. Remove all the lumps. So add the meringues little at the time. I do it in 3 portions. Mix. And when the last portion of meringue is inside, we keep on mixing until the right consistency is achieved. I will show you. So now my meringues is a little bit soft, but for this big macarons it doesn't really matter. It's not that important. It's a question how much air you want in the macaron when the mass is done. So if there's not so much air in the beginning, you don't need to mix it so much. So make sure there's not too much air in the piping bag either. And then you're ready to pipe. I use a 60mm nozzle. So pipe some nice and even macarons. Mine are 7.5 to 8 centimeter in diameter. If you want more flat macarons, tap the baking plate a few times and remove the tips by using your finger. It's a good idea to have a little bit of water on there. Then they're ready to be baked. Put it in the middle of the oven. I use a convection oven. So now it's important to see if they get a foot, and they do. So the macarons have baked for 30 minutes at 150 degrees. I measured that with a thermometer. It's a good idea to do that because many ovens, they don't bake. My oven is at 130 degrees and it's really 150 inside. So yeah, make sure, put a thermometer inside and make sure what the temperature is. So half an hour. Let's have a look at them. They look pretty nice. So, I have to cool them. So while the macarons were baking, I took a bath. It was so hot, I just needed to. So I changed also. So, okay. The basil cream already set. I mean, it's been set for a long time. I put it in the freezer and until it was cold, and afterwards in the fridge. So now it's ready to go. Macarons.
big ones. So if you have some of them which are not perfectly on the top, you just turn them upside down and use them as the bottom. That's what I always do. So let's go to the fun part, decorating, serving those beautiful cakes. So when the macarons are cold, turn them upside down on a flat surface. Should be removed easily. Yeah, they look perfect, very nice. And if one of them is not as nice, like this one, you just turn it upside down and use it as the bottom. So take a spoon and break up your cream a little bit and fill it in a piping bag. So now it's time to serve the macaron. But if you want to serve the macarons the next day, just finish them anyway. Put the cream inside, put the berries inside, and assemble them like a sandwich. Put them in a box with a lid on and put them in the fridge overnight. And some of the cream will make the macarons a little bit softer and a little bit more yummy. So it's a very good idea actually just to serve them the day after. So I use some raspberries, some blueberries. You can also use strawberries or blackberries. It's really up to you. All taste very nice. You can also put some chopped dark chocolate on top of the cream. Whatever suits you. Everything's nice. So I like to do a little bit of decorating on top of the macaron. It's just part of the fun, you know, so make it look nice. Don't let yourself disturb by anybody. Beautiful. So here it is. Macaron, white chocolate cream, basil, fresh berries. A fresh macaron like this is not very easy to cut. It's crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. So, but it tastes very nice. So this piece has been in the fridge overnight, much easier to cut. Sorry. It's not very nice the way I eat. Sorry, but it was so good. The macaron, crunch on the outside, soft on the inside. The fresh berries, the sourness of the berries, sweetness of the white chocolate cream, the basil. This dessert, this cake is amazing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about me talking with food in my mouth. I hope you will try to make this very nice dessert at home. It's not the easiest one, but give it a try and send me a picture. See you soon, and remember to subscribe. Very difficult word. Remember to subscribe so I can send you more videos. Bye bye. And next time, the best flourless chocolate cake you will ever eat. Gâteau Marcel.